I just wanted to help you feel a bit more comfortable, kind of ease into the team. Yeah. You know, most scientists won't bother with something trivial like makeup before a mission briefing, but honestly, it can help stabilize nerves. And I've learned that optics matter. Yeah. Scientific demonstration in more than one sense. Okay. Oh, we got another system message. And it should be fine. We have a good amount of time before the briefing. But yeah, I just wanted to welcome you to the team. I thought this could be like a nice way to get you comfortable and prepped for the mission. Maybe it'll relax you a bit. Yeah, I know. We have to unfortunately be quiet because the thing, he's back there sleeping, so. And trust me, you do not want to be out in the field with him if he does not get his nap, okay? So let's just try to keep quiet. Alright. So I'm gonna apply primer, but you can call it calibration. Yeah. People are gonna be able to see their own reflection on your face when I'm done. Yeah. Okay. Next, we're just going to blend that in with some powder. Yeah, this powder, it sets everything. Kind of like a force field around your confidence. Yeah, you know, my power force fields, it really helps protect people. But these tools, they helped protect your composure. Very important. You look so good. No, trust me, you don't need any of this. It's really just, I like to call it a little self-pampering. Yeah, it helps you calm your nerves before the big mission. Now, I know you may have seen me at the bridge rescue. Listen, I was more concerned with stabilizing Reed than with outward appearance, but, you know, calming myself, focusing on outward optics, that's also a part of, you know, doing better science. I mean, I was a scientist before all of this. Okay. So, you're about to be onboarded for this Baxter mission. You know, this makeup, obviously it's optional. Just tap, 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 tap. But one thing I know for sure is if your mind is unsettled, you're gonna distort your vision. And that is not good for emergency situations. Alright, sweetie, please just hold still. I'm gonna blend everything out. Kind of like how Reed blends his equations. Sorry. Yeah, smoothly and without cracks. And you know what I like to call that? That is scientific discipline. And method, of course. Gosh, I love having another scientist on the team. My brother Johnny and the thing, they just, I feel like they don't get me and Reed, so I'm glad you're here. Okay. I think we're done with that. And listen, you'll see the rest of the team soon. They respect, you know, being put together, being accurate, and being, you know, like motivated and prepped. And I feel like this look, this like pragmatic, neat look that I'm giving you, it's gonna prepare you. Yeah. Okay, so good. You're ready. Your primer's calibrated. I feel like next step we can do contour. How's that sound? Isn't that fun? And honestly, you never know. Listen, you do not want to know what I had to do when I saw my face on a magazine on a street cart outside the other day. You just don't want to know, okay? And I don't want to put you in that situation, so that's why I'm making sure. Because honestly, I don't know if Ray told you this when he interviewed you, but you're likely going to be getting your pictures taken, paparazzi, things like that. So this also helps in that facet. Okay. Contour time. I just take a little bit of this and I take my mini brush and I just tap it on there. Okay. And I'm just gonna put this under your cheekbones. You can consider this like scientific shading, okay? It's kind of like teaching you about curves and depth and the geometry of your face. Yeah, honestly, you might think I sound insane, but I had to do this same thing when I was learning to project my force fields. Yeah, and the way I can like bend light. Honestly, it took a lot of studying and a lot of focus on like my face and my emotions. Honestly, just I want you to do one thing. Imagine you're invisible, okay? If you were able to turn fully invisible, then reflections change, you know? Contouring helps define your features even when the light is like bending around it, you know? Very practical and very scientific. Let's get some more on there. Yeah, my brother Johnny, he might flame on without a thought, but I prefer control. Yeah, and I feel like by showing you a little bit of how I like to contour, it demonstrates emotional and visual control. Yeah. You'll accompany me and the rest of the gang to Von Doom's laboratory soon. You know, there's a refined relationship between art and science, color balance, and like force field balance. You know, self-esteem, okay? And don't let anyone make you feel otherwise, okay? You know, you're doing well at remaining calm. That's important, especially when you're in crisis. Yeah. Here's the tip. Whenever I'm, feeling a lot of emotions, like strong emotional states really let me shape my force fields more accurately. So if you find yourself stoic, on the outside it may seem like you've got nothing going on, but on the inside, you and I know that you're just juggling a bunch of thoughts to keep your focus. And that's a really good practice. Yeah. Okay. Well, there was that one other time. So when Reed activated the whole cosmic bomb reversal thing, there was like a big explosion, and I had to project my force field to like protect us and deflect the debris. That was instinct in play. Yeah. And this contour that I've done for you, it's gonna help you project inward composure to display outward instinct. Yeah, write that down in your notes. I know you're really only here to like shadow and observe, but I'll keep my eye out when I need you to like turn a screw or something. I'm just kidding. Seeing you young and, all cute, it reminds me of when Johnny introduced me as Invisible Girl. That title, it carried a little bit of weight, but as you can see, I made people put a little bit of respect on me. I'm Invisible Woman, a bit more firm, more mature. But yeah, I can't believe we never got to choose our superhero names, that would have been fun. But the news and the public came up with some stuff, and whatever stuck is what we ended up with. Okay, anyways, that's enough yammering. Contour's blended. We're nearly mission prepared. Are you ready for eyes? Now I do a lot of focus on eyes. All about perception and bending light. It's delicate work, but it's vital. Yeah, precision is all, okay? So eyes next. One thing about invisibility is it taught me about light manipulation. And eyeliner really traces your lid, kind of like a miniature field barrier. Yeah, sharp and precise. So let's just go in. So I hope, or I presume, you've done your extensive research on our history. just want you to feel comfortable as a member on this team. Okay, so breathe. The mission ahead, it demands clarity. Yeah. Your eyes deliver data, okay? They're like retinal shapes influenced by cosmic rays. And makeup, I find, helps, prevent glare and stabilize your vision. Kind of like calibration. Sorry, I just like to nerd out on the little things. Okay. So that wing is sharp, but it's controlled. Again, tying it back to emotions, anger, fear, those can really distort perception, and this line I drew for you constrains that. Yeah, keeping everything mission oriented. Okay, so what next? I think we can finish with a bit of mascara. Here we go. Final touches. This is just gonna lock in everything we've done. I know. You might think this is frivolous. I mean, I do too. But again, I just wanted this to be a good way for us to get to know each other, maybe help you feel comfortable and relax before your first big mission. Yeah. You're about to walk into our scientist briefing and read, of course. Typically he leads. Ben usually hits somebody on accident. Johnny burns something, and usually I'm the one to keep everybody back on topic. But your presence is noted, okay? Yeah. And honestly, with this vibe, with this aura I've given you, I feel like you demonstrate discipline, respect. Yeah, I bet even Von Doom would appreciate your calibrated optics. That counts. Okay, done. Yeah, and as an intern, a lot of your work will be like calculations that me and Reed need you to run and equipment checks. So yeah, just remember your focus needs to stay precise. Yeah. And just remember this moment we've had, this makeup moment. It's more than that. It was about alignment, not vanity. Yeah. The makeup, we could have skipped it, but I feel like sometimes kindness is quiet. Kindness is in the simple things. Kindness can go a long way, and I hope that this, made you feel welcome. Alright. Check your reflection.